All praise is due to Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth. We ask Allah's help, we seek His refuge from the evil of our souls and from the evil of our actions. Whomsoever Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth, whomsoever He guides, none can misguide him, and whomsoever He leaves him to go astray, none can guide him. And I bear witness that there is no deity worthy of worship except to Him alone, without any partners, without any other gods, and any other gods that people claim are false deities. They haven't created us, they can't provide for us, they can't benefit us, and they can't harm us. Therefore, they are not worthy of worship at all. The only worthy of worship is Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth. Call Him Allah or call Him the most merciful. Whatever you call Him, He has the most beautiful names. He is not one who is in need. He is self-sufficient. He is self-sufficient and He does not beget, nor was He begotten. And His name is Allah, as mentioned in the Quran and also mentioned in the Torah and Gospel. Therefore, we worship one and only one. He has no son, He has no daughter, He is not in need of offspring. He is alone. After praising Him, we also, say there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah, and that Muhammad, peace be upon him, is a slave and messenger. He is the final messenger after Jesus, peace be upon him. Today's topic, I would like to talk about, or advice, I would call it advice to the woman. But before I advise the women out there, I would like to ask a question to every single woman. And when I say women here, in general, I'm talking about all females. I would like to ask you, O sister of humanity, what kind of a woman are you? Because in today's world, there are only two kinds of women. A woman who is a slave of man's desire and lust. A woman who fulfills the desire and lust of a man. Whether she knows it or she doesn't, is not important. Whether she thinks she is a slave of a man or not, it's not important. We'll come to that, and I'll explain why she isn't a slave to a man's desire and whims. A woman who's totally obedient and submissive to man's desire and whims. If we talk about how, first thing that I would like to talk about is the issue of dress code, for example. Today's woman, she dresses according to man's desire and whims. In the name of fashion, she's been made half naked, almost naked, tight clothes that would reveal all her body, from dresses to exercise clothes. Everything that woman wears nowadays is just revealing. Therefore, it's just fulfilling man's desire and whims, man's sexual lust. So she is a slave to that. And if we talk about issue of jobs, a woman would not get a job based on her knowledge. 99% she would get a job because of her look. And that's the reality. If two women came to an employer or interviewer, and the interviewer happens to be men, 99.9% he would employ the woman because of her look. If one of them has, high education, highly educated, she's got all the qualification needed, whereas the other one, she doesn't have much of the qualification needed, but she's got the figure, the S figure, she will be given the job. So therefore, women are being employed due to her looks. She has to submit and, sacrifice her privacy. She has to show her bosoms, her body. She has to reveal some of her body parts in order to get employment, job. That's a sad fact. Also, in terms of relationship, sadly today's women, they have insecure relationship, very insecure. She will have to find relationship most of the time in the pubs and clubs, while men are on high, probably some of them taking drugs. She has to sacrifice just because other girls have boyfriends. She has to go, extra mile just to sell herself. And in order to sell herself, she has to downgrade. She has to, step on her pride by throwing herself, by wearing revealing clothes in order she gets attention. And then from there, she has to throw herself to anyone. While she's out of her head, probably she's drunk, or she's not that drunk, but she has to throw herself in anyone who's out there, anyone who gives her attention, anyone who says, you look cool. Maybe he's a druggie, maybe he's cannibal. Recently there was a story on the newspaper talking about a man who was released from jail 2 weeks ago, has attacked a woman whom he has picked from the pub, and he offered her a drink. That's all it was. Can you imagine? Just a drink. This beautiful girl, 22-year-old, she was taken because of just a drink. He offered her a drink and she was prepared to go with him. He took her to a hotel room and he attacked her and killed her in a gruesome way. She has to throw herself. And many cases, we hear many cases in the Western world that women is being, after night out, being raped, killed, butchered, all these things. Recently, there was another situation in Hong Kong where a woman was butchered, killed, chopped into pieces by some druggie. Well, people might argue, but she was prostitute. But again, woman is not free in the Western world. Woman is not free. She is abused and used, and she only serves man's desire and whims. Whether we like it or not, that's the reality. But she was told by the media, by getting naked, half naked, you are free woman, liberated. Women out there, my sisters in humanity, does liberty and freedom equal being half naked and throwing yourself at any man at any price? Does it mean that? Those people who live in the jungle, in Amazonia and some areas in Africa, who are half naked, we call them uncivilized people, people whom civilization did not reach yet. So the more uncovered you are, the more uncivilized you are. So really, civilizations, the more covered you are, the more civilized you are. Therefore, that's the first type of woman who has to go down, who has to downgrade herself, who has to, work on her dignity in order to get relationship. And nowadays, men out there, they're not even interested boyfriend girlfriend issue. That became something like marriage, all the style. Every weekend, you can get anyone. You work with this one tomorrow, next week, and then you get rid of her, change, get another one. It's like some men, they treat her like a shirt that they wear in order socks. Just buy her a drink, and she's all yours. How sad. It's very painful. Because it's not something that I would wish for my sister or my mother or my daughter. It is painful. And in the Western world, that is the lifestyle. We have to accept it. We have to live with it. The second type of a woman, we talked about the first type, is a woman who's not free, shackled, and she is a slave of men's lust and whims. The second type of woman, or the second kind or type, is a woman who's a slave and serves only one, and that's her creator, her Lord. Do you really think your creator would want anything in return from you as these men out there abusing you? Your creator asked only one thing. He said, be obedient to me, and by obeying him, you will be protected from all this molesting, abuse, oppression. You will be freed from that by you being modest woman, covering up. And you are like a gift. You are like a diamond that is kept in a secure place. And you are only for one man. You're not property. You're not public toilet used by everybody. She is only for one man. And if that man does not come, she would stay clean all her life. She is not gonna be abused or used like public toilets. She rather die being virgin in her with dignity rather than abused and used and thrown away, discarded later on. She is totally different. She covers up like Maryam, peace be upon her. How she used to cover. Chaste woman, dignified woman. She covers like Khadija, Aisha, Fatima, the daughter of the Prophet ﷺ, and the wives of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and the companions, and all the rest of the prophets. Allah, your creator, when he commanded you to wear hijab, it does not benefit him. It does not harm him if you don't. And the verse of hijab, this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to his prophet, peace be upon him, in chapter 33, verse 59. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قل يا أيها النبي أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها النبي قل لأزواجك وبناتك ونساء المؤمنين يدنين عليهن من جلابيبهن ذلك أدنى أن يعرفن فلا يؤذين وَكَانَ اللَّهُ غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا. Say to the Prophet, say to your wives and your daughters and the believing women to cover up, to dignify, to protect themselves Cover up. Don't show your flesh. You have privacy. This body is yours. It's not for the masses. It's not public property. It's your property. Therefore, take care of it. Cover it. Don't wear something that's revealing that every man who passes just is staring at you, staring at your backside, staring at your front, staring at you while you sit in front of him. Openly. It's very annoying. I know how you feel, sisters out there. It is very bad. Imagine someone just staring at your chest. Yeah. Someone is staring at your backside. It's very annoying. Your Creator, when He has commanded this, He said something very important at the end. He said, this is for your protection, so that you will not be molested. You know, you will not be abused or annoyed. So it's your own protection. Women out there, my advice to you, you must submit to your Creator, who wants your success in this world and hereafter. And be free from the shackles of men who wants to abuse you and use you in the name of freedom and liberty. You will be free from men when you submit to your Creator and follow His command. And think about it. This universe belongs to Him. This world belongs to Him. Everybody submits to a system. You will see the policeman wears a certain uniform. He has no choice. He has to wear it. The nurse wears a certain uniform. The doctor wears a uniform in the surgery. Yeah. The workplace, schools, they have certain rules and regulations that we follow. Don't you think the one who has given you the day, the night, the oxygen, the water, the seas, the rivers, the life that you enjoy in, doesn't He deserve your obedience and gratitude? You live on His planet. Why don't you obey Him? And He doesn't want anything in return. It's just for your protection. Why don't you submit to your Creator, sisters? Sisters in humanity, submit to your Creator before it's too late. If you refuse to be covered today and protect yourselves, verily day will come that you will be shrouded, covered, and returned back to Him, and accountability will start. What will you say that day? In conclusion, I would advise you, hasten towards your Lord, your Creator, and free yourself from the shackle of man-made abuse and oppression, and submit to the will of your Creator by saying, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. None has the right to be worshipped except Allah, and Muhammad is His slave and messenger. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Peace be upon you all. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.